So let's go into the game plan and let's talk about it. So this is my possession setup around Ronaldinho. Let's start at the back. I have a defensive goalkeeper, Victor Bayer. I have Costa defensive left back. I have two build-up centre backs, Bastoni and Tau, and then I have an attacking fullback in Cafu. And then here in the midfield I have two orchestrators, De Jong and David Beckham. Behind him I have Rodri as an anchorman, and then I have Ronaldinho as a whole player. And in front of him I have a goal poacher in David Villa, and I have a box-in-the-box in Haaland. Now, this balance is very important. You have to have a defensive fullback on one side, and then you have Rodri dropping in as an anchorman. I'll show you the defensive instructions later. So when it drops in, it becomes a back four. So you have the balance while Cafu goes up and attack. Now in the midfield, this is basically a shield in the middle, and you stop everything from going through, protecting your centre backs. And it's very important your centre backs are build-up centre backs, as you can see here, so they don't go too aggressive and go and press the ball, because in the possession tactic the centre backs are extremely aggressive, so you don't want destroyer centre backs in your back four. They end up stepping up and then goes out of position. Your opponent very easily goes past your offside trap, and then you just get cooked. So that's why I don't play any destroyers in this setup. I only play two build-up centre backs. Now, in this setup, the defensive instructions, or the individual instructions, are very important. I put defensive Costa, even though he's already a defensive fullback. I still put defensive on him, just in case I put defensive on him. Now the second instruction is deep line. Like I said, Rodri drops into a back four basically when Cafu goes up and attack on the right wing. So you provide that balance. It's to have a back four while Cafu goes up and attack. So that's how it works. In terms of the two orchestrators, make sure your two orchestrators have at least 90 passing. But Beckham has 93 low pass, 96 lofted pass. So I would say two of your orchestrators have to have at least 90 passing. Look, 92 low pass for De Jong, 90 lofted pass for De Jong. Because these two guys are the release valves for your team. So let's say the opposition starts pressing your centre backs, starts pressing your defenders. You are passing to these two guys to get the ball away, either to hit a long ball up to the strikers, or you hit a ball down the channel into the space for one of them to chase, one of the three to chase after the ball. So it's very important they can keep the ball, they can hold it up, they can pass it. Very important. Now, Ronaldinho is Ronaldinho. not much to say about him. His movement's great. You know, his whole playing style makes this system work. You know, he always runs into space. One and two touches. You can dribble with him. He can ride challenges. As you see here, even at 85 balance, he can ride challenges great. So, you know. And then you have Dalavia, who is a goal poacher, and he would just run behind the back line all the time. Run behind the back line, so when you give it to Ronaldinho, you always look behind for that pass around the back line. 1 and 2 touches, maybe you bounce it off Haaland and slip in Dalavia, or the other way around, you bounce it off Dalavia, slip it off to Haaland, something like that. But again, this setup here is all about the balance. Now, if I feel stuck in the middle, what do? This is what I do. I'll move Dalavia over here now, and I move Haaland to the middle. This is how I set it up in game, right? And then I move Ronaldinho out here. Still as a second striker, but all the way to the right now. And then I switch. I put in Van der Vaart. Now, if you don't have Van der Vaart, you have any creative playmakers that are left-footed. Saka works. You know, anybody that's left-footed. Messi, creative playmaker Messi, can play at this role. You play him at left wing forward. That's where you set him out to. So you have a guy like Beckham who can spray balls out to him all the time to put the crossing into Haaland. You got De Jong on the right, being a defensive midfielder, providing the balance. Now you notice in my setups, Beckham's a CMF because he only plays that position CMF. So De Jong provides that balance, dropping slightly deeper just to protect this side with Ronaldinho and Cafu. Now, my Ronaldinho, I added a couple of skills to him. Fighting spirit, very important, so he doesn't get tired as easily. I gave him heading, I gave him aerial superiority, so he can win headers. Also, in the defensive instructions here, or the individual instructions, I always say defensive individual instructions, I gave him counter target, because I noticed even with fighting spirit it's not good enough. I had to give him fighting spirit in order to, or I should say I have to give him counter target in order to save his stamina. Otherwise, at the end of the game, even with fighting spirit, he'll be cooked at the end of the game. He has no stamina at all. So that is my main setup, possession setup. Now let's put this back. And I'll show you the sub-tactic. It's back. Put back out here in here. Now I'll show you the sub-tactic that I put together. Now the sub-tactic, I'm using out wide, 5 at the back. And the key is to switch play in this sub-tactic. Switching from side to side, try to keep the ball, and then you spray it out wide, and you hold the ball up all the time. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Or You put it up straight to Haaland, get him to knock it down to Villa, knock it down to Ronaldinho, and keep the ball and score that way. So that's basically the sub tactic and how I use them. But majority of the time, I'll use the main formation. So most of the time, I'll use this. If I feel a little stuck, I switch to the setup that I showed you with Van der Vaart out wide to create a little bit of space, stretch the opposition. And usually by then, the game will be either out of sight. Or if I'm losing, I'll be, back to tie-in and stuff like that. So that's basically how I set up my team and how this team plays. So that's that. And also the manager, obviously Cruyff. Nice, there we go, 4 button. So this should be a free-to-play game, or kind of somebody has spent a little bit. Okay, old school Van Basten. Roberto was free, I believe. And the other guys are free. Van Basten's dangerous, by the way. He's just playing quick counter, left 4. Ah. God damn it. You gotta gamble with those. Sometimes the refs call it, sometimes they don't call it. He's got a bad connection to bar, but doesn't matter. Gotta play it. Gotta keep going. Get a corner from it. The headers are like always straight down the middle lately. Ah, I've got away with it. See, I hate that. I should be able to go around and get that ball there, but Ah. I hate that thing ball, man. I gotta try to hit the ball up the pitch. I'm not trying to dink it, obviously. It just always does that. I'm just really trying to boot the ball up the pitch, but it, you know, the inertia just doesn't let me do that. What is this guy doing, man? Okay, Haaland's in. Nice. Goal. That's David Villa with the goal coach play style. Ronaldinho. Oh. Left foot. Another corner. Oh man, again, looks headed straight at him. I don't get it. Oh man. No. Good. No. What the hell? Why is he kicking air there? What? Oh my days, you see that? Why does it always do that, man? It's how I conceded the last goal. It's ridiculous, man. What was that? Like, why is it doing that? I'm literally heading it down and it's like... Just, I don't know, man. That was weird, man. That was a joke again. Once again. I don't get it, man. I really don't. Why is it doing that? At both goals conceded the same way. Absolute joke, man. Absolute joke. Like, that was for all to see. That was a joke, man. You ready? That's weird, man. Maybe I gotta stop doing knockdown headers. That was ridiculous. Both goals, man. Same way I conceded the last goal that I lost, the game I lost. Crazy, man. It's like you can't knock down headers anymore. It's weird, man. I don't get it. Like he's like literally his player is just straight in. Oh. Back to balanced. That's so weird, man. Oh man, what the fuck? Okay, fine. Fine. Oh! See, that's like... That's the bullshit. I gotta admit, that was a bullshit goal. Like, that's the angle glitch. I get scored on like that all the time, man. Don't feel bad, dude. I know it's bullshit. It's complete bullshit, man. A goal like that. I can admit it's bullshit, man. You know, when I see a bullshit goal, I can admit it's bullshit, man. But that's the thing, I wasn't going for that angle. It just happened that my striker was there. Okay, drag my guys back. Ah. Man. Okay, got it. See if we cancel that. Oh, force him to off. There's no angle there. Nice. Ah. Unlucky. Nice. Go along this way. Knock it down. Oh, what a ball. Ah. Oh man. The slide was unfortunate. Oh, shit. It's fine, fine. Man, the way that my play goes off balance there. He's in. Nice. What a goal, man. Is he tapping out? Yeah.